I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments, I told my dad he should get a new hearing aid. But he just won't listen. So kicking it off this week with last week's Comment Corner, the Wars Not Track Corner. Joshua Martinez kicked it off with, first of all, jokes don't get old. They just get used like a bad girl. Second, I'm embarrassed. There was nothing else for me to say here. Now, jokes get old. Just, things like, first and stuff like that. Then Joshua Martinez commented, I remember! Did you know we've been using toilets the wrong way? We're supposed to be using footstools to put under our feet so that we're more crouched for better release.
Ew.
I don't know if that's true. Robert Kindler replied to this, that's the way my wife does it. It's a lot more information than I wanted about Hannah. Then Paul Jetto commented, I love this Comment Corner stuff. No one else reads the comments. No one else is as awesome as Davey. To answer your questions, I'm not sure if there are any Sam Goodies anywhere now, because our mall closed a while back, and I'm assuming she bought CDs. But to be fair, I had an iPod and bought CDs then too. This must have been a while ago. Then Robert Kindler commented, I still stand by that if you cannot communicate with it, it is not a communication device. What's next? A PSP that can go on the internet is a communication device? Okay, Rob, I don't really do the what-ifs, I do the actuals. And the actual is, you were on a phone, you were driving, you got a ticket, that was your fault. Then Robert Kindler commented, listening to you rant and rave, it sounds like you hate pussy. Cats. I do hate pussy. Cats. Then Robert Kindler commented, third, I have a book called What to Do If You Find Yourself in a Horror Movie. It's great. It breaks down what you are like in one, what kind of one you are in, and what kind of character you are. Sounds like an interesting read. He was referring to the Davey's Awesome Movies I did of OMG We're in a Horror Movie. That, sadly, a day or two after this, I had to take down. Because they had a copyright claim that they were refusing to get rid of. Even though it is fair use because it was a review, but sometimes you put the dispute in, they say no, and I could keep going from there, but then they could issue a copyright strike, and to get that off of there is a headache, and so it really comes down to like, you know what, fine, you don't want the free advertising on a movie that not that many people are aware of, then I'll just take it down. Because you know what, it's a movie that not that many people are aware of, I was trying to help get it a cult following, your loss. You don't know what you got until it's gone. Which is never more true right now. This joke used to have a punchline. Then on my Davey's Awesome Stories, the place to myself where I talked about what it's like when my wife and kids leave for a week once a year. Joshua Martinez kicked it off with, first, I know for a fact your family being there doesn't stop you from walking around naked. I don't walk around naked. If you actually listened, you'd know that. But, again, you love this joke where you pretend that I said something else. Second, now you got the place to yourself, it's time to watch some movies I've been trying to get you to watch. Like Thriller, A Cruel Picture. Sucked. The Bride on Tubi. The Day Shift. Third, as to that slammed rubber Ashley, you. Okay, just because they're gone doesn't mean I have all this free time. It's still a full-time job doing YouTube, and I have a full-time job. Then Robert Kindler commented, I'll be like, I got 3 girls, and I'm not going to have a 4th. I don't walk around naked. I have no desire to walk around naked. I just tell them I don't walk around naked, whether people are here or not. It's not that comfortable. And then J Spud commented, oh God, my grandfather walked around naked all the time. It didn't matter who was in the room. The rabbi, the FedEx delivery guy, Toodles the clown, anybody. He had really bad body odor. Like money dipped in fish bait and rotting hummus.
Ew.
He'd often sing the German national anthem. Not the current one, mind you. And swing a sock puppet from his schmeckle. He named that sock Dennis, and used to get drunk and cry about his failed marriage to it. You can guess by now he had a couple of loose coins rattling around in the attic. If you know what I mean. I found them, by the way, and put them in a savings. Moral of the story, your grandparents have loose change. So don't hesitate to pay them a visit, whether they are naked or not. If you tip a canoe over, you can wear it as a hat. Because it's capsized. Then on my Davies Awesome Wrestling, where I reviewed Impact Wrestling's Emergence 2022, Joshua Martinez commented, "First, where's Rob? Second, you're not British. What's with that belt? It's an awesome belt. Third, what's a synonym?" Before I could, Paul Jetto replied, "A word or phrase that means exactly or nearly the same as another word or phrase in the same language. For example, shut is a synonym of close. Got that from Google. Hope it helps." Joshua Martinez replied to this, "Seriously?" Robert Kindler replied, "Yeah, man, we learned that in 4th grade." Joshua Martinez replied to Robert Kindler, "Joke's on you, I didn't learn it till the 7th grade. Ha!" Then Robert Kindler replied to that, "Not sure what to say here, man. Either I was advanced or you were behind. I'd like to think it's both. I also love how Paul Jetto keeps trolling my brother." Then Robert Kindler made his own comment. $5 on my left nut says Drew wins the title at Clash of the Castle, but they dusty finish him, and it was only the title that Brock lost on the line, not both of them. And then at Survivor Series, we have the normal champion versus champion match. I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, but the rumors are circulating like USA Network is not happy not having a world champion of some sort on their network, so it's pretty clear they're going to split the titles back up sooner or later. As far as your bet, I'm not interested in your left nut. So let's just say $5, and if you lose, you come down here on a day Josh and I are filming and appear in a video. Some guy broke into my house last night and was looking for money. So I got up and looked with him. Then on my Davies Awesome Movies, where I reviewed A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Joshua Martinez kicked it off with, "First, that was one fine milf of a nurse, huh? And second, what woman did Freddy play?" Let's just move on. Joshua Martinez then commented, "Roofing your kids almost worked for the mom in Dreamin' a Little Dream." Like I said, the 80s, they could do that. Then Joshua Martinez commented, "Linnea Quigley was the naked soul from Freddy's chest." So? Robert Kindler replied to that, "Who was in the bed? And don't say Joey. Why do you guys care so much?" Joshua Martinez replied, Joey, just tweaking your bum. It was Hope Marie Carlton. Why do you care so much? Seriously. Every time you see a pair of breasts, you act like it's the first time." Then Paul Jetto commented, "I like the Dream Warriors one. That is my favorite, and I think the best in the series." Then Robert Kindler commented, "The 4th one had some of the best kills in it. I mean, come on, Debbie and the Roaches?" Again, watching as I comment. Yeah, I covered that one, but even though it had some of the best kills, it wasn't even close to the best movie. Robert Kindler also commented, "Also had one of the worst ones with Rick. I wouldn't say his death was the worst, just wasn't very thrilling. Kind of like Kincaid's death." Then Robert Kindler commented, "Freddy vs. Jason is so much fun with the actor's commentary." You know, I don't think I've ever watched it with the commentary. I'll have to fix that. Then Robert Kindler commented, "Land Shark, Sea Bear." Then Robert Kindler commented, "Tuesday night was awesome in The New Nightmare." Nothing was awesome in The New Nightmare. Then Robert Kindler commented, "I'm sure Josh has the worst pickup line. I'm sure he could share some bad ones with you." Then Robert Kindler commented, "Makes you feel better. I didn't get it the first time I saw it either." Of course, then again, I was 6, maybe 7. He's talking about how I mentioned that I didn't get that the Craven was kind of a little wink-wink to Wes Craven. It took me a long time to get it. I didn't get it for a very long time. And I can't sit there and say I was 6 or 7. I was an adult when I finally saw these movies. Then Robert Kindler commented, "I will say, Freddy has some of the worst defeats and resurrections. This one was probably the worst resurrection. A dog pees fire on the ground and somehow that revives him. I kind of feel like they should have just gone the way they did with the 3rd movie where they didn't explain how he came back. He just did." Then we had to get a second comment from J Spud this week. "Oh, this movie brings up so many memories. My senior year of high school and freshman college days, I used to join in on peony raids with regularity. It's worth noting that I was homeschooled, so my mother wasn't all too pleased."
Ew.
"I did have friends, though, and let me tell you, that's not just a horror trope for a person's expiration date to be so predictable. My friends were Shlomo, Melvin, and Todd. Poor Shlomo had a fear of cats, and ironically his mother fell on top of him in a drunken stupor and smothered him to memory end. She was wearing a t-shirt with Tomcat from Tom and Jerry on it. Melvin was allergic to dairy, chocolate, peanuts, and dates. He went into a coma eating watermelon, not realizing that he was also allergic to wool socks. all the while watching the date-eating scene in Indiana Jones. Todd, he's such a daredevil, he is. He steps on a crack in the sidewalk. I find it ironic that he was run over by a crackhead on a moped delivering groceries to a family of pigeons. I'll miss those fellas. They actually spoke to me once. Best friends ever. Whatever is wrong with you is not a little thing. Then a new commenter and subscriber, Castellier Garcia. If I didn't say your first name right, I am very sorry. As people who've watched for a while can tell you, I'm bad at pronouncing names. He commented a list of some horror films that people should watch during Halloween 2022. His list was 160 movies. So, Castellier, I love my fans. I love to respond, but I can't read a list that long. It would just make the comment corner way too long. However, what I did do, because I wanted to give your comment the play it deserved, was I went through your list and grabbed 10 that I felt really did need a good shout out. So, in no particular order, here's 10 of the movies that he recommended. But otherwise, go on this video, look at this comment, pick them out yourself. The Evil Dead 2. But for that matter, you should watch the whole trilogy. Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. Now while you're at it, go watch the 3 seasons of Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Saw. One of my favorite horror movies. As far as the sequels, a couple of them were okay, a couple of them were crap. Lady in White. One of my favorite movies ever since I was a kid, which I recently rediscovered because I didn't know the name of it when I was a kid. Found it and I was like, is that the movie that I've been looking for all this time? And it was. And it's a great movie. It's one of my brother and my favorites. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It's a horror comedy, but it's freaking awesome. You guys should check that out. I'm actually going to review it someday soon. The Crow. But just the first one. All the sequels suck. Split. While you're at it, check out Unbreakable and Glass. Great movies. Underrated. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. If you like horror and you like musicals, and like my wife, you like Johnny Depp, it's a great movie. From Dusk Till Dawn, one of my favorite vampire movies. But again, the sequels were eh. The Lost Boys, my absolute favorite vampire movie of all time. The Monster Squad. Should go check out the review my brother and I did 2 Halloweens ago. So there's 10 of his 160. Watch them and enjoy. And then finally, Robert Kindler commented, unfortunately, I may not be active next week. My wife and I are going on vacation tomorrow, and it's going to last until the 31st. I understand. You're on vacation. Spending it with your wife. You're probably not going to have time to watch YouTube videos, and I get it. That's cool. See you when you get back, and enjoy your vacation. You know why Jedi can't send photos in their email? Attachments are forbidden. So there you have it. That's Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post the videos, and leave a comment of your own to be in next week's Comic Corner. Love you guys.